Mach 3 RC, and this is my most expensive helicopter to date. $1,300 freaking dollars? Is this thing worth it? I don't know. We're gonna find out. It is full metal, all brushless. It looks pretty crazy. It's a good size. It does have a Flywing flight controller, which makes me excited because I love Flywings products. However, this is a bit different of a helicopter for sure. I've never even seen one with freaking suspension on the landing gear. That's wild. And the doors open up too. It does come fully ready to fly. So it came with a 4S4000 battery, came with this full color radio link transmitter, which is pretty wild too. It should fly pretty good. It's a GPS heli, and I've been having a ton of fun with those, but $1,300 is a lot of money. So let's get her hooked up and ready to get out to the field. Power up our transmitter here, get that going, and then we'll plug in our battery. It is a tight squeeze back here. The carbon fiber chassis is a nice touch. It should have freaking gold attached to it for $1,300, honestly, but it is what it is. So it is, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, that's awesome. And then what we're gonna do is we'll flip it into GPS, and I want my GPS to get all of its channels. There we go. Switched her into GPS there. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait until this light is green. So we'll come back in just a second. It usually takes a couple minutes on the first startup. So that took about a minute, and we acquired our satellites for the GPS. So you can see on our flight controller, we got a nice green light here. So we should be good to go. So we'll go set it out in the grass, and we'll fire her up and see how she does. Big shout out to Sterling Kit on this one. As you can see, a little sticker on the side. We picked it up from them. If you guys are interested, you can check out the link down below if you're into buying $1,300 helicopters. Take her out a little bit of a ways, because helicopters freak me out a little bit until I'm at least comfortable with it. I've never flown. This is the maiden flight, baby, so let's get her. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold down and to the left, down and to the right for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure we're in GPS. Hit run. Okay, that didn't work. So we'll flip her back. Let's try her again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go.
You think I should be behind this fence?
Yeah, stay behind the fence for sure. Don't go up and chase it. So we'll let it spool up, get up to speed. It sounds gnarly.
Yeah.
Okay, it sounds like it's up to speed. Let's take her up. There we go. And it looks like that GPS is holding perfectly. So we'll bring her a little bit lower. Oh, she's a looker. She's a looker. That thing's pretty sick looking. All right, let's start sending her down and see how she flies.
Sounds wicked.
It does sound wicked for sure. She's fighting that wind, bringing her into it. It does have a 3D mode, so you can, if you're good at flying helicopters, unlike me, you can pop it into that 3D mode and then do whatever you need to do. We are looking at about a 10-minute flight time out of this one. So it is a little bit less than the other helicopters that we have, but 10 minutes is still respectable. It's not too shabby. I'm gonna let off the sticks, and she comes to a stop, and it literally holds right there. I'm hands off of the transmitter. We also have a return to home switch, so I can flip that and it should land where we took off. Also, if it gets to low battery, it should automatically return to home on its own, which is a super nice feature as well. Let's take her up a little bit higher. That canopy is huge and would also make for a great like FPV looking helicopter. You know, you put a little camera in that cockpit and it would be perfect. Bring her back down to earth. I'm here with my buddy Birdman RC. He flies jets and planes. Birdman RC, have you ever flown a helicopter before?
I have not. They look very scary.
They are a little bit scary.
Even just you flying out here a little bit, me getting kind of close to it does scare me a little bit.
It's easy to fly, and we didn't plan this at all, but Birdman, I'm gonna have you take the sticks right now.
Way.
Yeah, give her.
I don't have a clue what to do here.
This is your yaw, so watch, see how when I press there, see how that does it? And then this is forward, backwards.
Okay.
And then you can kind of angle it to the side too. And then if you press up or down, that's your elevation on the left. So just get a small feel for it before you do anything crazy. Don't push, you know, full forward or anything. Just get a feel what all the controls do.
Now how do I spin it? Okay, spin it this way.
Don't fly it into us, all right? There you go. You're looking good. It's easy to fly, right?
Yeah. It's pretty simple.
You've never flown a helicopter?
Never in my entire life.
Legit, I'm not even kidding. He was here. He was doing the Maiden of his Viper, and we weren't planning on having him fly. I didn't even tell him before this video. I was just like, you know what? You fly it. You've literally never flown, and I wanted to show what a GPS helicopter can do because
This is pretty fun.
They're super fun. They look great. They fly phenomenal. We have like 10-mile-an-hour winds today too, and it just locks in.
Awesome. I've tried them on the simulator, and I crashed them every single time. Get about 3 seconds of flight, and I just end up into the wall.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
Yeah, this flies more like a DJI drone than like a helicopter. You know, it's just incredibly easy to fly.
Okay, let me try spinning it around a little bit here and then do a little pass in front of us.
Okay.
And then I'll hand it back off to you.
All righty.
I don't know, maybe not yet.
It looks sick. It's a good looking helicopter, and it flies smooth as butter.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'd like to see a little guy in the cockpit though. You can get a little like Lego guy or something.
Put a G.I. Joe in there?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We might have to try that. All right,
Yeah,
give me that.
It stops right away. Man,
Yeah.
that thing is awesome.
Yeah, it's super sick. It flies.
You fly that?
Yeah, of course, anytime, dude. I love flying these GPS helicopters, and they're legit. Like, as long as you have somebody that kind of knows what, not even really, even a beginner could fly this. Bringing the GPS helicopters to the field, you can get anyone involved. Moves at a decent clip, but nothing crazy, that's for sure. In this GPS mode, it flies super simple. So it does have another feature. Let's try it out. It has a circling mode and a figure 8 mode. So I'm gonna flick it into the circle mode, and now I'm completely hands off, and it's just gonna fly on its own and do its own thing. Which honestly, I was like, what's the point of this other than a cool party trick? But one time I used it, I had my camera strapped to me. I kept my transmitter in my hand still, you know, gotta be safe. But I was able to take some photos while it was freaking flying because it'll just stay locked in this. And then what you can do, flip it to normal and we're out of it. And then that GPS lock is right back. So it flies phenomenal. Is it worth $1,300? That's really up to you. Honestly, I don't know if I would spend $1,300 personally. I'd rather have like the BO-105 or maybe the Airwolf, just because I aesthetically like those. But if you're in the market for like a full metal and you really like this style helicopter, yeah, it could be worth it to you 100%. It does everything it says it's gonna do, and it does it perfectly well. So I guess the last thing we can try, I'm gonna take it right over here, spin it around, and then I'm gonna flip return to home and let's see how close it gets to that takeoff point that we initially had. So it's gonna fly up. It's like, I gotta get out of the way if there's anything in the way. And in my experience, a lot of these helicopters on the return to home are pretty slow, but this one's going decently quick. Let's see how quick it descends though, because they always go so painfully slow when it descends. But I get it, it's trying to be safe. All right, she's fighting the gusts of winds that are coming in right now. Okay, come on. We'll have to fast forward this part. My poor camera woman, shout out to her, bless her heart. She's filming in the cold right now, shivering. And we're just watching this thing slowly descend. That looks pretty dang close to where we took off. It auto stopped too. I didn't even hit the stop switch. So we'll flick that off to be safe. All right guys, so it flew great. It did phenomenal. We even had some beginners try it, which was really fun. It is a hefty price tag. So you have to think about it and consider your other options that are out there on the market if you do want to get this one. But I don't have anything negative to say other than, yeah, it's expensive. Otherwise, it's super sick. This full like alloy frame that's got on here with the carbon fiber, the red, the huge cockpit that you can open up, full metal head, brushless motor. You got a belt drive on the rear here, which is really cool to see on that tail. So this thing just operates super smooth, has a great sound to it and flies great. So again, if you guys are interested, use the link down below. You can use code MACH3RC to get a big discount off, which helps too. And we'll see you guys on the next flight. Peace.